Welcome back to UnKind TV, everyone. We are George and Martha.
And we will be reviewing cats.
Unfortunately.
Fortunately.
But today, we'll be recapping The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 10, Episode 7, The Last Supper. Look, guys, just a warning, this is a heavy, and I will do my best to control myself, but I'm hormonal and I'm sensitive. Despite all the mean things I say about Bigfoot, what her children are going through affects me very much, and I'm sorry. But just to balance my violent emoting, we have Soulless George. So it'll be okay.
I'm already disgusted.
Melissa Gorga is pretending to cook. She's just kind of moving steaks around with some seasoning, telling her kids, come on, leave room for the steak I'm making. Okay.
You don't think she's a good cook?
No, I get the feeling Melissa's not a good cook. And I like Melissa. I bet that's like a running joke that she really can't cook.
No, I can see that too.
Right?
I don't think Joey would say anything though.
No, he'd be like, come on, you're my beautiful baby. Yeah, so what?
Eat your mother's food.
Your pork chop's not so great. I love you anyway. You're delicious, my baby.
Yeah.
Joey comes in and gives Melissa the bad news. I just got done talking to my sister. Joe's deportation appeal got denied. Oh my God. As if she didn't know.
I thought she gave a decent performance.
I mean, maybe.
For her, I thought, I was studying it, I thought, I thought she did a decent job. I think because she had props around, she was cooking.
She had business.
So it wasn't, she wasn't just alone,
No.
So she was able to, tend to the steak, and so good job, Melissa. I mean, you did a far better job than Tamara did in the season finale.
Don't even mention that. Don't mention that. Don't give it any extra attention. Joey says that Theresa didn't tell some of the kids, and he's like, she's making a mistake. And Melissa's like, yeah, she's got to tell them. He's like, they're going to find out, but she's stubborn. I mean, I agree with him. I do think it's a mistake. In this day and age, it's not like this is happening in 1975.
No.
The kids are exposed to instant information all the time. You have to be honest with them.
Poor Adriana. Can you imagine being Adriana and learning from one of your classmates?
And also, Melania is not 8. Melania is a teenager who will hear about it.
She is.
How could she not tell Melania? And Melania is the one who's closest to Joe.
I know.
I get what she's doing. I know why she's scared to tell them. She's so tired of hurting them. Dolores and Frank Catania are going shopping for lighting fixtures. There's a comment about how the dogs really smell like ass right now. She's like, well, Frankie didn't take out the garbage, and they got in, and the fish went bad, and that's it. And then they have to leave the window cracked because they got the dogs in there. And Dolores is like, do I stink? Do I smell like fish? And he's like, yeah, ain't nothing I ain't smelled before. That is disgusting. That is so vile.
It's bad.
And then she says, I'm the cleanest woman you know, Frank. That is so gross.
It doesn't bother her, I don't think.
No, it doesn't, because she's like a truck driver.
She is.
But that's nasty. Ain't nothing I ain't smelled before. Oh my God. Well, they're shopping for lights from this guy who looks like he just got out of Rikers. He's trying his best. They're being picky about the lights. And then Dolores is like, phone going off. Somebody just sent me this article.
An article? What?
Oh no, Joe's deportation appeal's been denied. I'm sick for her.
Oh no.
And Frank is like, every time they do this, it's costing thousands of dollars. Gotta give it up.
I don't understand the article thing. Why wouldn't you just get a text? Oh, poor Joe is.
Well, because you and I send each other articles a lot more.
I know, but it's. Why wouldn't she hear from Theresa? You know what I mean? It's one thing. You know what I mean?
I don't think she and Theresa are as close as she makes it seem.
No, but I know, but I don't. I just find it odd. Somebody that you know, you have to read an article about somebody that you know.
Now Joey's cooking, and he's like, I never expected my sister to be going through this. Really? I kind of did. She was flaunting stacks of cash and this.
I knew it was happening at the christening. I knew by the time at the christening that something was going to happen.
Caroline Manzo knew.
Caroline Manzo knew.
Down to the letter.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to go somewhere for a long time.
I love you, Caroline Manzo.
She knew. And Joey says at some point, she's got to give this up. And Melissa's like, are you kidding me? No, those girls need their daddy. You fight. You have to fight. This is where I think men and women see things a little differently. Even if they care equally, I think men are better about just pull the plug sometimes. Maybe that's a big generalization, but it just seems like on the show, the men are the ones that are like, oh, give it up. And the women are like, but the girls need their daddy.
What side of the fence would you be on? Or are you on?
Me, I would say send him to Italy.
Yeah, me too.
I agree. Because at this point, it's become clear, you already tried. From the beginning, I would have said, okay, go to ICE, let's see what happens. But then after the second...
Because then you could just move on. Okay, he's in Italy, it's a pain in the ass, it's sad, blah, blah, blah. But, you're out of the woods and you can see each other once or twice a year. It's terrible, but just get... You know what I mean?
With how much it's costing?
I'm glad that you would say give it up because
well, in my family, I'm always the one, even with people dying, I'm like, pull the plug now. DNR. I accept fate. That's it. You tried everything you could try. The person's not going to recover.
And then you're just going to start flushing money down the drain.
Yes. I'm always in fan of pull the plug, let it go, it's okay. No, I don't have the mentality of again and again and again. Especially the way Joe is suffering in ICE. He's really losing his mind.
And it's clear that he has made up his mind as to what he wants
to
do.
He keeps saying,
so
I'm
just
not
let
getting
him
out.
do it. Just let him do it.
Theresa, it's like she already had money problems. I would explain to the girls, your future is very important to me, and I have to put money away for you. I can't spend so much money on these appeals when maybe if he had a chance, but there's no chance. There's no chance anymore. And it's not like you're pulling the plug on his life. He's going to go to a beautiful country.
And do you want a pool or not? That's one thing that was in my mind. I was like, no, what? This is why she's building them a pool. She doesn't know how else to deal.
Dolores basically says the same thing. She goes, the girls, they need their father. You try, but enough already. Then we visit with Jennifer. Her kids are behaving horribly. I pity this nanny tutor, Tiana. I once was the Tiana in a family very much like this.
Yes.
And it was very similar. The kids didn't want to do anything. They would throw things. And the mom would go, okay, go play. And I would just sit there
And then you ended up having to deal with the parents, the mother. Did you become BFFs with the mom?
No. Yes and no.
You do that. You're very nice.
I was too nice. Yeah, I was. I had to get out. But anyway, Tiana, if you're watching, I feel you. Jen's brother's visiting. His name's Steve. And I guess it's part of her storyline to show how progressive she is. That she comes from this really homophobic, traditional family. And her brother comes over and they talk about how she's like, I never knew you were gay. And I had friends tell me your brother's gay and I didn't see it. And he goes, yeah, well... I know traditionally you're supposed to go into the father's business, but I went with musical theater. I needed to find my tribe.
And he clearly found his tribe.
Well, they have this conversation. Jen is upset that her parents don't accept it, and she feels like, what are you going to do if you have a relationship? And he's much more cool about it. He's like, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. That's their beliefs. It's okay.
And they're older, right?
Yeah.
They'll be dead soon.
Oh my God, Swampy.
No, it's true. I know a guy in Florida. He was probably in his 50s, and I thought it was, and he grew up very Catholic, upbringing. I thought it was bizarre that he wasn't going to come out to his parents. And then I got to thinking about it. His parents are 70s, late 70s. Just let them die thinking that their son was a straight man.
I don't know if I could do that. I think maybe that's a wise choice for some people, but I'm the type that's like, you're going to accept me and you're going to accept everyone like me.
Well, because you're a monster.
No, I'm a passionate person.
Oh.
I'm a crusader.
You're a passionate monster.
I'm Joan of Arc.
You asked if he knows Rose's turn.
Yeah, I was saying...
I don't think he does. He's more of like a Les Mis type.
We became obsessed with Gypsy, and I was wondering if he had the same experience,
No.
but I think you're right. I think he was like, do you hear
the people sing?
Da-da-da-da.
Cats.
Okay, no, I don't think Cats. No.
Have you guys read the reviews? Anyhow.
What do you get our review?
Martha's sewing the costumes.
What costume? Apparently, you just, you have
that's
breasts
right.
and everything, yeah.
Are
Just
we
put
going to
a
do
tail
it nude?
No, we'll just get like a onesie.
Yeah.
That's the cat costume. Wear a onesie and cat ears. Also, Jennifer's daughter earlier mentions that she was being bullied in school again, that someone threw a ball and it hit her, and then they said, why don't you learn how to move, or, and Jenna's like, look, not everybody's going to like you, and someday somebody will like you, and so what? You don't like some people, you like other people, it's okay. But that one, she's sweet. She calls her mom over and she wants to know, is her uncle gay? And she says it like a little nervous, and she's like, yes, he is. What's wrong with that? She's like, no, I don't care. I didn't know that.
It's an abomination.
Well, it made me think of a cousin of mine who sadly passed away. But he was really, really sweet. And when I was little, it didn't occur to me that he was gay, even though it was kind of obvious that his roommate, Larry, who tagged around, was his boyfriend. Yeah. My mom kind of spelled it out for me. Yeah. She was like, they're gay, He was nice. But I remember being like, Gabby, like, oh. And then he got AIDS. It's not funny. I know a nice button on that story. He did. It was very similar because, that side of the family is very old school Cuban, and they didn't really accept him.
Yeah.
And then he died of AIDS. It was very sad.
It's very sad.
Glad you're so moved. Anyway, Olivia loves the piano, so her uncle's playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with her. I hope eventually they graduate to some of the numbers we enjoy.
Do you hear the people sing?
Maybe a little Chicago. Oh, speaking of Chicago.
What?
Erica Jane. Did you see the trailer?
Martha. Oh my God. I'm very stressed out and I lost some sleep over this, Martha, because I was thinking, do we go?
No, absolutely not.
I don't know, Martha. I think
she's starring in it. It's not like she gets to play Mama Morton. She's playing Roxy.
Well, Martha, Jerry Springer has been in Chicago.
It's so awful.
Lisa Rinna was in Chicago.
Lisa Rinna's better than Erica Jane, at least.
You know what? I would love to see Margaret Josephs as Mama Morton in Chicago.
Erica Jane is so into being Roxy. In this trailer, she cannot sing.
She can. I've never seen any.
Did you hear it in the trailer?
I did, but she wasn't really even attempting to sing. It was just
because
like
she can't.
Squeaky voice.
Yeah.
She says, pat the pussy.
Pat the puss.
That is disgusting.
I can't stand that show. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know,
but if we do it, we're going to do something different because I cannot stand those women.
In the words of Bethany, I'd rather eat glass.
That's nice.
I can't. Danielle and Theresa, that combination makes me so uncomfortable because it's so obvious that Danielle has a much higher IQ, is a lot more conniving, and Theresa is just falling for her. Hook, line, and sinker. Doesn't it bother you? I don't even like Theresa, but I'm like, no. Everything Danielle does is so calculated.
She is evil.
She goes, what's going on with you and Joe?
And then Theresa.
Yeah, well, his deportation appeal got denied.
I have a question, by the way. Is she wearing false eyelashes?
Yeah.
You could see the glue, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, yeah.
You can see the sociopathy. You can see it. She's trying so hard to blend in. This failing. Is a bad thing?
Oh, yeah. Oh. But also it's, this is what I do when I pretend to care. So tell me, how are the kids?
Oh, yeah, well...
How are you handling this?
Well, Theresa says, I tell some of them. because on Adriana, she don't watch the news and she don't go on the internet, so she ain't gonna find out unless I tell her. So
she's not gonna find out.
Of course she's gonna find out.
No.
Theresa! Oh my God, Bigfoot! Nobody told Bigfoot about technology.
She's working on it.
Danielle says, "My heart bleeds for your kids." It's funny because all I can hear is "fuck your kids." Your kids are insane. All of a sudden, my heart bleeds for your kids.
That's all I was thinking too. Fuck your kids.
That's how she ropes them in. I'm sure she says this to all the men too.
Oh yeah.
Your kids, they're all getting divorced. They all have kids. Oh, my heart bleeds. They must need a mother figure.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden,
your kids are insane. Say it.
Your kids are insane.
Say puta.
Puta. Yeah. I need you to wash my a-hole.
My vagina. She is. Did everybody look that up? Listen to that?
I think they did.
Yeah. Oh my God. Danielle, stop.
I'll never have a relationship.
I'm a woman.
I have needs. Well, there are shades of that in this conversation. Because she tells Theresa, she's like, I see a lot of mom mode. There's got to be some Theresa mode.
Yeah.
You have needs.
She is so awful.
American Psycho.
Oh, yeah. 2.0.
There's something really wrong with her. I really think she's a sociopath.
I think so too.
She is.
And the lighting in that restaurant was not flattering.
I know. Yeah, her skin has seen better days.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Danielle.
I think the Beverly days caught up with her skin.
Caught up with her skin.
Yeah, it shows. She's got the battle scars.
Yeah.
So, what's going on with you and Marty? Are you, together?
She was told to ask that. It seemed very scripted. I know, that coy.
I'm not going to use that word, but it is nice to make coffee and I make tea and say good morning.
It's been a long time.
That is nice. She's so creepy.
Your impression of her gets better and better and better.
She really creeps me out.
She is.
The more I'm exposed to her on the television, the more I start becoming like her.
I mean,
I imitate her.
I just hope that it's not the kind of impression that rubs off on you, because
they all do.
I know, but this is not a good one.
No, I know. I don't want to. I mean, it's one thing when I go to write it and sound like Jessica Lange. It's another when I turn up like this one.
Fuck your kids.
Over at Margaret's house, she's preparing for Marty to visit. Marty, the one that Danielle claims to have slept with. We both thought that was true. Margaret's like, there's no way. I mean, there's no way, right? I mean, Joe. The girls don't believe it, but he's like, no way. Uh-huh. Sure. Marty comes over. He seems very sympathetic to Danielle. Oddly sympathetic. Sits down for some wine. What are you drinking, Joe? Gin. It's after 12. He's defending her. We've been through a lot, but maybe we're past all that.
Who knows where we'll be in 5 years.
Marty says things have been peaceful. And Margaret's like, let me tell you something, Marty. No. She's only nice because she needs something. She wants that house. I know she's got to move out. She doesn't want to move out, Marty. That's the only reason she's being nice. She's right about that. Danielle's only nice when she wants something.
Oh, yeah.
100% this is about the house. We cut back to Danielle and Theresa. And she's like, wait, what happened with Oliver? Because, in the middle of this, she was engaged to a prince or something.
Yeah, she's the
love
Duchess
of my
of
life.
Dicks.
Yeah, love of my life. No, well, I don't know what'll happen with Marty, but that house I need for my daughters.
As a legacy.
It's a legacy. A home of that caliber at that price. I need a loan, and I have a co-signer. It's Oliver. Of course it's Oliver. So she's a grifter. She won't leave the house. She's banging Marty to make him let her stay there until she can convince the other guy she's banging to co-sign a loan for her to buy him out.
And then both of them can go.
They'll both be ditched. Mm-hmm.
But she will make sure to trash them in the press.
Yeah, and Theresa's like, well, I hope you get your loan. I hope you get your loan. Theresa doesn't get her at all.
No.
We cut back. Margaret and Marty are talking, and she's like, I mean, everyone was talking about how you and Danielle slept together. I couldn't believe that. Did you? I mean, you didn't, did you? And he's like, I'm not going to talk about that. Margaret, right away, he fucked her.
That was so good.
Men really are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
They really are.
It was so obvious. You're living in the same house. He's horny. Oh, please.
She needs something.
Danielle is a professional grifter. She knows what she's doing. She used to work a pole. She knows how to work Marty. Trust me.
She's good. And he's a moron.
Like Dolores said, one pussy could pull a freight train. So Marty's leaving the door open, and he says, who knows what could happen in 5 years? Marty, no, Marty, no. They flash the headlines on the screen about Danielle alleges that he physically abused her and her daughters. Then we cut back to Theresa and Danielle, and Danielle's like, I hurt Marty, and for that I will always be sorry.
If Danielle is apologizing, you know she's trying to screw you over.
I know what I did.
If someone like Danielle is expressing any kind of regret, just know that they're about to screw you up. Right? Anybody like that? No, she wants that house. She'll do anything for that house.
She's a piece of work.
She's terrible.
Well, then Theresa goes, right, well, if anything goes wrong, like with Marty, like, well, you're going through this, like, you could always stay with me. No, Bigfoot, no. She cannot come to your tree house. No. Theresa, you do not invite the devil into your home.
And she is the devil.
You have had enough
First of
problems.
all, she'll be sucking off No.
Oh, God, why did you say that? This is the line, this is you. That is an image nobody needed. Oh, my God.
One person. If I could help one person today.
That is sick, what you just said. That is sick. And it's sadly true. She would. Theresa would be trying to get rid of her, realizing, no, she gotta go. No. She stay.
Okay.
She'll do anything.
But Theresa would be the last person to catch on. All the daughters would know. Mom, she's gotta get out of here. She's blowing No.
Oh, God. Oh. They would. Gia, she has to move out now, Mom. But, like, Manono loves her.
Yeah. Ew. And I can see Danielle being like, I'm in love with your father.
Yeah, very sincerely. He's the man of my dreams, Theresa. I mean, we would
made for each other.
I would be your stepmom.
Yes.
I know those are big shoes to fill, but I'll do the best I can.
I'm filling the hole that your mother left.
Well, when Theresa says that, I can't even believe it. You do not invite that woman in. You've had enough trouble with the law. You're going to invite a woman in who was part of a cartel kidnapping? No! Oh my God, Theresa, you idiot. So she says this to her, and she goes, with all that you're going through, for you to say that, it just... I can't believe it.
So good.
I don't think there is anyone on the Housewives as sociopathic as Danielle.
As far as reality TV in general,
nothing like this.
Omarosa.
Not even.
Omarosa won't kill somebody. Danielle will. Yeah. Danielle may have.
That would not shock me. Headline comes out.
And Marty has no issue. I would be scared. Has Marty not heard the recording of her?
Marty is delusional.
He just sees...
blinded by the pussy. She must have...
Nona's going to be blinded by it soon.
No, don't.
Please, hashtag Nona and Danielle. Nona and Danielle. I want that so badly, Martha.
That's amazing.
Don't you want him to you know... He might be on his last legs.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe she'll revive that.
Sure.
Don't you want him to live?
She tortures people. She will cause his death. She would give him a heart attack. day one of getting married.
She would smother him with a pillow.
She
would do it, yeah.
Teresa's like, I'm glad you're not mad at me about telling the girls I had a lot of Cabernet.
Well, she would be, but she needs something.
Exactly. She needs her spot on the show. Of course she hates Teresa's guts. You can see she hates Theresa. Theresa ruined her. Well, Teresa's going to find out. It's coming.
Yeah. Your new stepmama.
So Jackie's going to visit her father, Poppy. The kids want to know why the grandparents got divorced. I'm like, they're not divorced. They have a very unorthodox living situation. They live apart for 19 years. And they get a lot better now. So just accept it.
I find this very strange.
Whatever floats their boat,
but
I guess.
Why do they just not want a divorce?
Well, as Jackie said, they enjoy each other's company very much, but they have very strong personalities. And when you take two fiery people, you get more fire.
Then it doesn't work.
I don't know. I don't know that you should have to live together. There's a lot of people who do that. I think a lot of the problems that come up in marriages stem from cohabitating. There's like people that would be happy to be monogamous and partnered for life and have their own space.
Yeah, no, I see.
If you can afford it.
If you can afford it.
And you're happy doing that, what's the problem?
Yeah, but I feel like you're running away from something.
You don't, maybe you're just not compatible with your habits. Let's say one's very messy, one's very neat, and all you do is fight over that. But other than that, you get along great. You love each other. Yeah. So you know what? You live in your house, I live in my house. And we hang out every day, and then I go home. And then I miss you and I come back. I could see how that could work for some people.
Yeah. Yeah, but like when you have kids, that's not, I feel like that's odd. To be raising children, you're married but you're living in two different homes.
I think you could make it work. As long as you're present. Whether you live in the same house doesn't matter. I think when the parents are divorced and hate each other, that's tough on the kids. But if they love each other, they're married, they're present all the time. Yeah. I think ideally I'd like to be neighbors. Or have like a duplex and the whole separate wing is mine.
But also you have children. If you're raising children, I just think that's odd to me.
I mean, I can see why.
You know?
Yeah, I can see why. It's not what I would choose.
I'm not going to judge someone, but I do think, like, where's the challenge there? There's no, it's like, oh, okay, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna avoid it. I feel like there's something wrong. Mm-hmm. Like psychologically, not something wrong, but I want to know why. You know what I mean? And you look at Jackie.
Yes.
Jackie's fucked up.
Yes. I mean, they also went to prison, her parents.
So, you know what I mean?
I think it's more than just their living thing.
There's something off there, you know?
They are weird, yeah.
And that's what I want to know. Like, not just them in general, like why somebody would be like that.
It's just so, what's striking me as amusing about this discussion is that if you look at the two of us, I'm all in favor of this living separate thing, if it works for you. But I'm more the personality type between the two of us who will make the adjustments. Like, I will give in.
No,
you're much more regimented, I think, in like how you do things. You're used to being on your own. You don't want to have to deal with that.
Absolutely.
But you're the one who doesn't like this.
It's not that I don't like it, it's just that I feel like there's something people are not facing. They're avoiding something. And maybe it's like I think about if I were a child.
Yeah, it seems like this is hitting a nerve with you. You're
Probably.
very emotional about it.
I don't know. It's just there's something. Maybe it's like the fact that I come from people are divorced and I think about you fucked up. Mm-hmm. And my mother and father in particular, it's like you're just lazy. You know, you're self-centered and you're lazy.
Okay.
And you couldn't figure it out. You know what I mean?
I see.
Whether or not the marriage would have worked in general, there was no trying at all.
Okay. So I think you're kind of seeing some of that in these people.
Yeah. And I just
feel like they didn't try. So they took the...
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, because I look at Jackie and I think she is fucked up.
I think,
she is fucked up. They did a number on her.
Oh, they did. It sounds to me like you see it as they took the easy way out.
That's exactly it.
And you don't respect that.
And I don't. And you make a commitment.
Okay. Maybe that's what this is coming from. Because I view it as being very committed and just living in separate spaces, but you see it as it's more than just living separately.
You
it's
fucked
like
up. You got married. You fucked up your kids.
they clearly are very selfish people.
Exactly.
That they both went to jail, like what Joe and Theresa did. They weren't putting the kids first.
No, exactly. That's probably why it bothers me.
Okay, I can see that. I feel like we just had a therapy session all over Jackie and her father. But it makes sense. I'm glad we got to the root of this because I'm like sitting here wondering like what is bothering you so much? Now I get it. That they just don't care.
It's self-centeredness.
Yeah.
And the way she talks to her dad, or the dad talks to her.
Very dismissive. Well, Jackie gets there and she's going through the refrigerator. He is a dysfunctional guy. Everything's expired. There's hardly any food in the refrigerator. Then they talk about gambling, how when he took her gambling. I guess that speaks to your point about the selfishness.
Okay.
Who takes a child to a casino?
She had a fake ID?
Yep.
So your father endorsed this?
Not good. Not good at all.
It's interesting how Jackie continues to annoy me, but I have a feeling it's going to be similar to Kelly and Emily from OC, that by the end of the season, I'm going to feel for Jackie.
Well, when he goes, come here, I want to show you something.
Which is bizarre.
He sees that she's like, oh, great, just drop it. You got to put on a tape of her when she was very heavy as a child.
And I found that tape bizarre.
She keeps saying, that's enough. And he keeps filming her. It was very much like the tape in American Beauty.
Yes.
We find his relationship with Jackie a little bit creepy.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like a
Before
very
they even get
thing.
there, he gives wet kisses.
There's just something off about the lack of boundaries he has with her. How he's following her around with this camera. It's very weird. She's very uncomfortable.
You're beautiful.
And her whole eating disorder thing. A lot of people who have eating disorders, it stems from some kind of childhood abuse. I stopped eating when I was a teenager.
Yeah, why?
And it was because of that.
And then there are people who go the other way and they start overeating.
Look at Jackie. She overate and then says she put garbage in her dinner so she'd have to throw it out.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And then for him
Look
to
at
say...
Rosie O'Donnell.
Yep. Because the only thing a kid can control in the chaos is the food. It's like it's a desperate attempt at getting control back. For him to say, look at you, you sure are an inspiration to kids who are heavy. She's like, Dad, I almost died.
Well,
no, you didn't. Yeah, well, I'd say it was almost worth it. First it's no, you didn't. Then it was almost worth it. And she says, don't put that in the universe.
In front of her kids.
That was very disturbing. That was a very disturbing scene.
I'm starting to feel bad for Jackie, Martha. It's happened.
I know, at first I felt like she was being a little severe with him, but then the more I thought it, because I'm like, well, he's an old man, he's off his rocker.
I did. I was thinking, oh, he lives on his own, he's old school. No,
I think she was neglected and abused.
Yeah, I do too.
While Mommy's living in her own house, he's taking her gambling. I mean...
That's sick. And I can understand with her at 14, she said, oh, it was so cool, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I would have thought the same thing. But looking back on it now, I would have been, what? That is disturbing. And even I should have been in bed. I should have been getting ready for school. You know what I mean?
I know. And you know what else really freaks me out is how she minimizes everything. She even minimized that they went to jail. Yeah, they went away for a while. Yeah, well, they live in their own separate places. Yeah, Dad, don't put that out there. I would flip if my father made light.
I wouldn't be talking to them.
I'd be like, let's go. You're not going to be around my kids ever again if you talk like that. You can't say that it was worth it.
It's almost as though she's learned to tolerate them. Okay, they're my parents, so I'm just going to let things go off my back. Oh, for Christ's sakes, Martha, no.
All right, he can stay.
Oh, it's kind of cute, actually.
I know, you can see him better in it. Oh, hi. What's up? Welcome. Teresa's getting ready for Easter. She tells Gia she needs help putting together the Easter baskets, and Gia says that her father called her like 5 times, wigging out, and Teresa's like, he was blaming me like for not getting his citizenship. And Gia says he's just talking out of his ass because he's upset. You know, he's in a 2x2 with 5 people. Joey's there to talk to her. And I think Theresa doesn't have the heart to say this herself, and that's why she starts to cry. But
it was really sad seeing Theresa cry.
I know, I'll cry. I can't bear it. I hate that. Joe is telling Gia that It's enough. And, you got to go talk to him. But he points out the only reason your father's doing this is because of you.
Yeah.
And you got to give him the option to get out. And Gia, it's so hard to talk about this without crying. Gia says that she doesn't want him to suffer, but she says, I don't know if I'm ready to let him go. And Theresa starts crying and holding her, and it's only going to get worse. So, smile though your heart is aching.
Smile though it keeps on breaking.
At least we've got Blanket. Blanket came to cheer me up. Blanky boy.
And his coat looks really shiny today.
Yeah, because Auntie Martha became fixated on it. Sent you the white.
He's very overweight, as you can see, and because of that, he can't clean his back. So. And
by the way, it's not his fault. I don't want any comments saying, "Oh, it's your fault. Your cat's obese."
Look at the other ones.
I'm a witness, and I would tell him off if I thought he was overfeeding the cats.
The other ones are normal.
He doesn't overfeed him. He takes very good care of them.
The problem is the other cats.
He got stressed out by the other cats.
It's really upsetting. I made a huge mistake. I thought he was lonely. I think I was the lonely one. I was stranded in Florida.
But now you do everything you can to try and help him. But anyway,
I'm a saint.
He can't clean himself, like you said, so...
He gets dandruff.
He gets, the flakes, and he kind of smells bad.
Oh, my God.
He's a sweetheart, but he stinks.
He is the love of my life. Blanky. So you can't say anything bad about Blanky, or I will come for you.
All right, we're getting ready for Easter. Nono's not feeling well. But his remedy is to go in the fridge and swig hot sauce.
Have you known someone to do that?
I know that some people think anything spicy kind of clears out the system. Can I help you? You're trying to join in? You were imitating Nono?
That's what he was doing.
You're a movie star? He's a sexy panther.
Overweight.
No. He's sexy. He's like Marlon Brando.
He is.
He's very sexy. Dolores says she's given up the cooking. She's like, there was a time when I wanted to prove I was a perfect wife. Cooking, cleaning for days. For what? Now? Caterer.
I feel like that's I can see Judge Janine saying that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I used to slave away for days. Now, catered.
Albert.
Yeah, Luigi's.
Yeah.
I mean, I do see the benefit in cooking just because there is something about food made with love. When people bring you food or make you food, there's a lot of love in it. You know that they really worked hard, and there's something special about it. But given that the kids are grown up and Frank Catania's divorced from her, I would say cater it. But I think when you have kids, I think there is something special about involving the kids in cooking with you.
Yeah.
Not that I judge anybody. I'm just saying I remember growing up how much I loved watching everyone cooking.
Yeah.
I was fascinated.
Did you help?
Yes. And I would have been disappointed if nobody cooked.
Yeah.
It's a little cold.
You know what? I think I would be too, actually, thinking about it.
It's a little cold. Yeah, everybody came from the store. Everything came from the store. Even, we used to have holidays back when the family was a little bigger. We had holidays. I had extended relatives by marriage who were Italian. And half the food was catered just because there was a lot of people. Yeah. And then the rest, you could always tell what was homemade. You knew. And everybody wanted that.
Yeah.
Who made the eggplant? You knew? You could just tell. There is love in it. It's a big act of love because we're animals. For animals to share a resource like food, it's a huge show of affection.
Yeah.
It also helps to prevent fights and stuff, I think. Or it helps make up. I've had incidents at home where there's really bad fighting. So I'll make something to eat. And then everybody kind of chills out because they want the food.
Exactly.
Frank's given Dolores crap about David, and she kind of says she will cause David great bodily harm if he does not show up. Just because, don't give more fuel to Frank Catania. I could see her being mad. Yeah. She's dealt with a lot. You better show up for Easter.
Yes.
Then we see Joe telling Melissa, he's like, did I even tell you? I talked to Gia. I told her, you gotta let your dad go. And Melissa's just making faces kind of filler.
Yeah.
Then we cut to Theresa getting ready and setting the table with her daughters. And
you texted me
Dorters.
Yeah, Dorters. I thought it was so Dorters.
Yeah, my grandma claims that was her original name. Her maiden name.
Okay, why are we just addressing this? Why are you just mentioning this?
I cannot find a single instance of that name anywhere, but she swears that was her family's name. This is my Jewish grandma with like a very sketchy past. The one that I've told you about from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one who, her original surname was Dorter.
Okay.
She always tells me that, Dorter.
Martha, now we know what your stage name is going
No,
to
I don't
be.
think my stage name will be Dorter.
I think so.
My stage
Martha
name.
Dorters.
Martha Dorters. My Dorters.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, I was blessed.
You dodged
Truly.
the bullet.
Hashtag blessed.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, Theresa and the Dorters, they're talking about how, it's going to be okay, that this is the last Easter they're going to spend without their daddy. That's the other thing, it's Diddy. They're Diddy.
I've never...
It's almost like they're saying P. Diddy. They're Diddy.
Oh, I've never
Pay attention to
that.
the way they say daddy. The way Theresa and Melissa says it too. The girls need their daddy. It's like a weird...
Okay, I have to listen to
The Diddy. I need my Diddy. The guests have arrived at the Catanias, and Dolores is not happy with her parents' eating habits. They're both lying to her and rolling their eyes. What did you have for breakfast? A bagel with fat-free cream cheese. Ma, what did you have? Eggs? Chocolate ones? And
they rehearsed it on the way there.
Yeah, I would be mad at them.
Yeah.
Knowing that the father came that close to death and that he's still eating crap.
I know. Yeah.
And I know so many people like this, especially older. They don't care.
That's the thing. I'm wondering, would I give a shit at that point?
Frank Catania is saying that Dolores' mom lets David get away with a lot more than he ever got away with. He's like, if I was late like this, oh my, you wouldn't let me get away with it. She's like, yeah, what were you doing that made you late? Where were you? I was out getting roses. Yeah, getting roses my ass.
That, I think, is my favorite part of
this deserved
episode.
it. He deserves it. Because you know what? Stop giving David crap. All you did was cheat on Dolores. Non-stop. And then he's jealous of David.
Yeah.
He's very jealous. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
He keeps making jokes. He's like, okay, this is the last Easter here in the Catania house. Next time it's going to be at Dolores and David's in Franklin Lakes. Then he puts the father up to busting David's balls. Anything I need to know? When are we going to get a commitment? He goes, let's just finish the house first. I mean, David does not look amused.
I like David.
I do too. I think David is mature.
He's a stand-up guy.
Do you know Andy gave him Jackhole of the Week for hanging up on Dolores in the FaceTime call?
Dolores was obnoxious.
I know. I don't think he deserved Jackhole.
Andy, no!
He's delivering babies. Melissa shows up with the sprinkle cookies. Ha, ha, ha. Throwing it back to the sprinkle cookie fiasco. That's nice. No apparently has had pneumonia a bunch of times. Theresa goes, more times than I could count. That's very alarming. Her mother died of that.
Oh, really? Oh,
her mother died of pneumonia.
And it was very sudden, too.
And Nono keeps getting it. That's weird.
I think Nono wants out.
But Joe goes up to him, Joey, and he's like, you going to the doctor? Tuesday.
My Tuesday.
Why not go sooner? He doesn't want to hear it. Teresa's like, we don't ask him because he gets pissed off.
I was trying to put myself in his shoes, and I would be annoyed too. Just leave me alone.
I know, but he knows they lost the mother to pneumonia, and he's walking around. Of course they're worried. They love him.
Yeah. How old is he? Do we know?
Probably in his late 70s.
Yeah.
No. Keep drinking the Tabasco.
Yeah,
I went to a really old school pizzeria recently. Best gluten-free pizza I ever had. They really go out of their way. There's a nonna in the kitchen. I went to this place looking for, because I try all the different pizzerias looking for gluten-free pizza. It's very unfortunate that I've become this. And I liked this place once. The nonna came out. She's like, somebody cut your pizza. She was worried that it wasn't cut. I was like, no, it's good, thank you. Enjoy ya. Then she ran away, came back with napkins, told me again, enjoy ya. I was like, I will, thank you. It's so good. Good. She came back again with a placemat, like trying not to disturb my eating. She like was sliding it under the plate. It's a pizzeria. It was just so loving.
So you'll be going back.
She reminded me of Nono.
Did she look like Nono?
No, but she was that kind of, she had that way.
Intensity?
Intense, but very loving.
Mm-hmm.
Theresa says grace. She says, thank you, and we miss you, Mommy. And Nono. I cannot bear to see Nono crying. It is so sad. That's what really starts the tragedy of this whole ending. He's cradling his head in his hands. The girls all go over and kiss him.
That's so sweet, though.
Theresa, I don't know what Theresa did or where she found these children.
I know.
But they're good kids.
They are good kids.
They're so sweet to him.
I think that's what makes this less unbearable, is the fact that they are good. I think that they're going to pull through it.
His face, I can't, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
The way he cradled his head, it's like such despair.
And it's not just about his wife, it's about
everything. That this is how his life is ending.
I mean, this is pretty much
why his wife died. He's had to be the father to these girls, you know? Oh.
Well, there's also Joey Gorga.
I know, but Nono's really the one. He lives there.
I know.
He makes them breakfast. He makes them lunch. He sees them after school. He's being daddy. They start eating, and Adriana tells Gia, she's like, these are just like, they remind me of Daddy's lamb chops. He made really good lamb chops. And she's like, you remember Daddy's lamb chops? That's good, Adriana. Here we go. Getting sadder and sadder. Nono's sitting there wheezing at the table. And Teresa's like, Daddy, all right? He goes, Manja! Like, eat your food. Don't worry about me. Shut up. Yeah. Joe calls in to wish everyone a happy Easter. Initially, it's lighthearted, you know. Joey says, hey, what you eating? We got everything here, you know. Adriana gets on the phone. She says, Daddy, your lamb chops, we're having them now, and yours were better. And Teresa goes, Daddy made better lamb chops than no. And Nono goes, you liar. He's so playful. Oh, no.
No,
you liar. No. You liar. No, and he can't even breathe. And he still has the wherewithal to kid around with her. He's trying so hard. Then they start talking about how Adriana's getting really big. And Gia's like, yeah, I have Dad's short jeans. And Adriana's like, I'm already 4'7". He's like, how tall are you? 4'7". You're already as big as Z.O. Joe. They have to repeat it for Joe. Yeah. Then they put little Joey on the phone with him. He's kind of nervous to talk. And he's like, how old are you? Wow. You growing? You must be growing. He's like, no, I got shorter. But he seems so nervous. I cannot believe how big everybody is. This whole thing is like, wow. And then it seems like Joe Gorga's avoiding talking to him. But he takes the phone. And he says, sorry.
That's fine.
He's like, listen, bro, I love you and I miss you. And it's really hard for me to talk to you. It's just hard for me to hear you in there. Just keep holding on, okay? And Joe Giudice says, like, I'm doing everything I can. Teresa's like, you're going to make me cry. They all start crying. And
they start crying.
They wrap up this conversation. Nono just looks like so... God.
Defeated.
Yeah.
He doesn't get up.
Nothing. But then they pass the phone back. Teresa's talking. What's going on? Nothing. I mean, you know what's going on. It's Easter dinner.
Yeah.
Nothing. And then Adriana says goodbye because he's running out of time. And then Adriana starts sobbing.
That was sad.
She's so adorable. She's a good kid.
I feel like this is the first time we've really seen her in this season.
Yeah, she had a lot of airtime. She breaks down, like really, really crying badly. Yeah. And Gia gets up with her and says, let's go for a walk. Come on. Oh, God. And then Theresa has to follow after. The whole table's crying.
Yeah.
And Gia tells Theresa, she's asking if she can see Dad, even if he gets deported, can we see him before that? And Theresa says no, because she doesn't want, and I agree with her, that ICE is a very intense place and that she'd see him behind glass and it's really a lot for her and she's too young. I think that's a wise call. That would be very traumatic.
Oh, absolutely.
She's such a baby.
Yeah.
She's going to go with Gia to talk to him, but she doesn't want the little one exposed.
No.
I feel like Gia is the only one that could truly handle it.
Yeah.
No, the little one can't deal. But then they all come back and Theresa's talking kind of quietly with Joey because some of them don't know about Joe's deportation appeal getting denied. It's just rough. The kid's like trying to hear. But initially, when she first comes back, Joey hugs her and he's like, come here, my little girl, my little girl. And he's like, you got a recital coming up? I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. And Nona goes, me too. I promise. And Joey says, like, he's trying so hard to fill the void. But he says the hard thing is, I'm not her dad. They're just not her dad. Nono's not her dad. Joey's not her dad. And they really are trying hard. Nono's so sick. Anyway, Adriana overhears Theresa talking about it. And she's like, what are you talking about? She takes her away. And you just hear that little voice. Is Daddy getting deported? And Theresa says, we don't know. And she goes, will you tell me? Break my heart. I can't watch the show. I hate when it gets this dramatic. It's just very, part of me feels like there's something voyeuristic about watching all of this.
It is, but I was watching this and it was like the first time I was like, things are like organically happening. You know what I mean?
It wasn't scripted.
I don't think any of it was.
No.
The only thing that I thought maybe was the pork chop comment.
I didn't think so.
No, it was like prompted. I don't know, but it wasn't. It was just like you're like spying on. It is voyeuristic, but it's like a family that's falling apart.
I don't like seeing it.
The disturbing thing was Adriana. It's like, oh, there goes your childhood. Are you gonna tell me? A child that age shouldn't have to ask that question.
I know, that's what's killing me. She's like this cutie pie. You know, they show her dancing around, and that she has to say, "Is Daddy getting deported?"
Welcome to the club.
Joe, you know, they all sit down together. She calms down and he says, we got to stick together. You know, we have each other no matter what. And I was thinking, it's so nice that they became united.
Yeah, it is.
When he jokes, he's like, look at these sprinkle cookies.
I forgot all about that.
You ever think we could make a joke about that? We're never going to let the small things get in the way. It really makes me sad because when tragedy hit my family, my version of Zio Joe, instead of being united, went on the war path and now we're all estranged. It's been a difficult decade. Happy New Year. New chapter. But yeah, no. It's like when we all really needed each other the most, we became... It was the opposite. It became like early Melissa and Joey. Screaming, fighting, and...
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, they end with Joey shoving a cookie in Theresa's mouth.
I think that's appropriate, actually.
Nono ends up lying on the sofa with an oxygen mask.
Was this the first time we've seen him with an oxygen? Oh, God.
This is rough stuff. But the producers at Bravo know we can only take so much. And we need to be entertained. And in the coming attraction...
We were entertained.
We get the Danielle and Margaret brawl. Margaret drenches her with water. Danielle circles her like a wounded animal.
A Versace-clad elephant?
Because we hear Theresa go, can we address the elephant in the room? And then, the Versace-clad elephant. And then I don't know what happens in between, but...
This is, and you know what I'm excited about? This is on January 1st.
Happy New Year. Maybe that's a good sign.
I think it's going to be a good sign. You and I are going to enjoy this.
The way she circles her, she goes, I just can't help myself.
And what does she say?
And then tugs on her hair from behind and goes, don't you ever. I can't. But I promise we're getting a wig for George to play Margaret. I will be playing Danielle.
We are trying to find her a Versace.
A tour de force.
We're going, I'm already preparing.
And we've been seeing all your comments about how you want to hear about acting school. You know what we're thinking? We're probably going to start posting videos that it's just us talking. Shooting the shit about a particular topic.
I enjoy that more.
Yeah, so...
I've noticed, well, I don't know if that's the case, but I notice when I watch our recaps and I notice we go off.
Mm-hmm.
Or ripping or whatever.
You're happier.
I think we both are. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I push myself.
I'm done with a lot of these women.
I understand. I know. I force it.
I mean, you do a fine job forcing it.
Thank you. I'm used to it. My whole life is a lie. I've gotten good at that.
Mine too.
Okay. I think by the time they see this, it'll be closer to New Year's.
I think that this is going to be a little bit better this coming year. I don't want to get too excited, but I feel like things are going to improve.
I'm so desperate for that to be the case that I'm going to cry from you just saying that.
Martha, no!
I wish all of you a better year, and I hope for a better decade.
This is really depressing.
It's been a hard decade, but you know what? Everybody goes through hard times, and then it always has to swing back the other way. It always does.
Does it?
Yes, inevitably. It always goes this way, and then this way, and then this way, and I think we're all headed in the other direction now. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, or leave us a comment. You can follow us at UnKind TV on Instagram and Twitter. We love you all.
We do.
Thank you.
Let all acquaintance be forgot and never
I don't know the word. That was really sad. Good Omen.
Yeah.
No, the Good Omen is I just can't help myself.